What if I told you that a company whose entire reputation was built on saving children would one day be accused of killing thousands? This isn't a nightmare. This is the story of a logo you see every day. This is the story of Nestle. It all starts in 1867. A Swiss pharmacist named Henri Nestle hears about a premature baby. The infant can't breastfeed. He couldn't digest any milk. He was literally starving. Henri, a chemical processor, had been working on a new infant food, a formula called farine lactée. It was made from cow's milk, wheat flour, and sugar. He gives it to the child, and the baby lives. It's a miracle, a breakthrough. Henri Nestle has created the world's first infant formula. His logo? His own family symbol, a nest with a mother bird feeding her young. A symbol of care, a symbol of safety. And for 100 years, that's what it was. Business boomed. Nestle was a savior for mothers and babies who couldn't breastfeed. But then, the babies in the West stopped being born. By the 1970s, birth rates in Europe and America were falling. To keep growing, Nestle needed new customers, and they found them in low-income countries. This was a brilliant business move. But it became a catastrophe because the company didn't just sell their formula, they pushed it aggressively, using a tactic that was ruthless. They created the milk nurse. Nestle hired women, dressed them in clean white nurses' uniforms, and sent them to visit new mothers in the hospital. They would give new mothers free samples, enough to last until they left the hospital. And that's where the trap closed. It was a simple biological trick. If a new mother doesn't breastfeed for those first few days, her own milk supply often dries up. By the time the free samples ran out, she had no other choice. She had to buy the formula. But these new customers were not living in 1860s Switzerland. They were living in villages with no clean, drinkable water. The powder was expensive, so they tried to make it last longer by mixing it with too much water, essentially feeding their babies with weak, non-sterile, watery liquid. They couldn't read the instructions, and even if they could, they had no way to boil the water or the bottles. The result? Malnutrition, diarrhea, disease. The very miracle food that was designed to save babies was now being linked to their deaths. In 1974, a published report called The Baby Killer exposed the company. Nestle was furious. They sued Swiss Group for translated report. They won, but only barely. The activists were fined just 1 symbolic franc, and the judge publicly warned Nestle's lawyers to fundamentally rethink their advertising. It was a legal victory, but a moral catastrophe. The world had its proof. This stated the massive Nestlé boycott, and in 1981, the World Health Organization passed a global law banning the company's tactics. No more milk nurses, no more free samples. It was a global victory and a painful reminder that brilliant business can become a moral disaster. If you found this story as incredible as I did, please give it a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.